Have you ever felt completely overwhelmed by the stresses and challenges of life, like the universe is throwing curveball after curveball your way? Well, I've got some profound wisdom to share with you today that might just change your perspective. We're going to explore 18 powerful principles from the ancient Stoic philosopher Epictetus that can help you cultivate resilience, serenity, and inner peace in the midst of chaos. So grab a snack, get comfortable, and get ready to have your mind blown by some eternal wisdom that is just as relevant today as it was thousands of years ago.
Maybe if I listen twice as much as I speak, people will finally think I'm wise.
Principle 1. Listen twice as much as you speak. Our first principle gets right to the heart of how we interact with others. Epictetus points out that nature gave us 2 ears, but only 1 mouth, and he believed there was a clear purpose behind this, so we don't fall in love with the sound of our own voice, but rather listen to the wisdom others have to share. It's so easy to get caught up in always wanting to voice our own opinions and be heard, but true growth and understanding comes when we shut up and open our ears. Make a conscious effort to listen twice as much as you speak from now on. You might be amazed at how much you can learn.
Perhaps anticipating challenges can help me overcome them, even if it makes me a little paranoid sometimes.
Principle 2. Always expect the worst. This one is pretty heavy, but hear me out. Epictetus says one of the biggest drivers of anxiety is fearing that unfavorable circumstances are lurking for us around every corner. We stress about being fired, our spouse cheating, going bankrupt, and all the worst-case scenarios life can throw at us. His wildly drastic yet effective proposal: think that all of those worst nightmares you fear have already happened. Then ask yourself, so what could be worse? By facing your biggest fears head-on in your mind, you'll develop the mental toughness and coping strategies to deal with anything that comes your way. The weight of dread will be lifted.
Failing is inevitable, right? So maybe I shouldn't beat myself up about it so much. Unless I trip and fall in public, then all bets are off.
Principle 3. Prepare to fail to progress. We often try to do the impossible and push ourselves to superhuman levels so that we're not seen as fools or failures. But Epictetus flips that on its head. He says one of the best things that can happen is to be seen as a fool, because it's through error and failure that we can really grow and improve. Overcoming challenges is not some spontaneous reaction. It's the result of a long path of trial, error, stumbles, and getting back up again. So embrace your failures as stepping stones. It's the only way to true excellence.
Beware the dangers of fortune. I guess I'll have to decline that $1 million inheritance coming my way. Oh wait, what was I saying?
Principle 4. Beware the dangers of fortune. We all dream of striking it big and acquiring massive wealth someday, but Epictetus warns that the fortune and riches we so desperately covet can bring a negative stigma and corrupt us in ways few can resist. Once we have money, not only will shady people emerge trying to take advantage, but wealth has the power to transform and poison our spirit. We start to lose touch with our values and better natures. So be cautious about chasing wealth alone. It can open up a whole new set of problems.
Having multiple aspirations is a good idea, but I'm terrible at making decisions. Maybe I should just stick to one dream for now, and then add 3 more tomorrow.
Principle 5. Don't cling to a single hope. As human beings, we're fortunate to be naturally inclined towards diversity in our pursuits and passions. Epictetus encourages us to leverage this to our advantage by never clinging to just one single hope or dream. If you put all your eggs in one basket, and that dream fails for some reason, it could be utterly devastating. But if you pursue multiple hopes, avenues, and dreams, even if some don't work out, you'll have exponentially increased your chances that at least one will lead to great success. So spread your bets.
Remembering my mortality can motivate me to live life to the fullest, which might involve eating that extra slice of cake. Because you know YOLO.
Principle 6. Remember, death awaits. I know, this one sounds morbid. But hear me out. Epictetus simply reminds us that no matter how hard we work or what we achieve, death awaits us all at the end of the road. It's the final destination. Once we accept that truth, it shouldn't make us pessimistic but aware. We can start to evaluate if it's really worth spending our limited lifetime pursuing certain things like status, money, or material goods that we can't take with us when we die. It's not about fearing death, but making the most of the finite life we have. Keeping our mortality in mind can put things in perspective and motivate us to live with more purpose.
I used to think I knew everything, but I can learn new things when I admit I don't know everything, which is funny.
Principle 7. True wealth is a contented spirit. Speaking of what really matters, let's talk about Epictetus's conception of true wealth and happiness. He sums it up in one of his most famous phrases. A wise person is one who does not grieve for the things they have not, but rejoices in what they do have. It's powerful advice to stop feeling afflicted and pining for riches, possessions, or circumstances that aren't currently part of your life. Because when we do that, we lose out on savoring the precious moments of joy and appreciation for everything we do have right now. A truly rich person is ultimately a happy and contented person, not necessarily a materially wealthy one. Where does your real wealth lie?
Acknowledging what I don't know opens me up to new possibilities and learning, which is ironic because I thought I knew everything already.
Principle 8. Incorporate humility. If you really want to grow and learn, Epictetus stresses the vital importance of humility. As he puts it, if you really want to make progress, you must first learn the things you think you already know. We can't make real strides if we go through life boasting about our knowledge and believing we have it all figured out. That pride actually distances us from authentic learning and growth. Instead, we need to approach everything with a childlike sense of wonder and admit to ourselves that there is so much we don't yet understand. Embrace humility in the learning process.
Letting go of guilt and learning from mistakes can be freeing, even if the mistake involved accidentally setting the kitchen on fire.
Principle 9. Guilt is a plague. Here's one of my favorite Epictetus insights. Narrow-minded people blame others. Ordinary people blame themselves. But the wise see all guilt as foolishness. Guilt is like a plague on the mind and soul. We either cast blame outwards or inwards. But the wise know that neither path leads anywhere positive. The only way to win the game is to refuse to play altogether. When we fall into patterns of guilt, we completely absolve ourselves of any responsibility to learn, grow, and improve from our mistakes. Avoid guilt at all costs. Take responsibility, but don't wallow.
Surrounding myself with positive people can uplift and motivate me, even if it means tolerating their occasional annoying optimism.
Principle 10. Make alliances with positive people. When someone sneezes nearby, we instinctively recoil in fear of catching their illness. Yet Epictetus points out that we're often not nearly as cautious about avoiding one of the most contagious things we're exposed to daily: negativity. He leaves us this wise advice. Surround yourself with people who make you want to be the best version of yourself, because their behavior greatly influences your state of mind. There are people who will drain your energy and ruin your day with their negative vibes, and there are others who will fill you with joy and vigor. It's one of the smartest decisions we can make to ally ourselves with those positive, uplifting people.
Reacting positively to challenges can lead to better outcomes, which is ironic because I usually react negatively to everything.
Principle 11. Reactions forge destiny. Our reactions to adversity and challenges in life are critically important. Epictetus was very clear that we don't have the power to control what happens to us, but we do control how we respond and manage it. Misfortune can strike anyone, but it's what you do from that point forward that will determine the ultimate outcome. For some, a setback like divorce leads down a path of depression and victimhood. For the wise, it's seen as a new opportunity for growth and self-knowledge. Your life is not defined by what happens, but by how you react to it. Your destiny rests on your shoulders. How will you respond?
Fulfilling my purpose can bring meaning and satisfaction to my life, even if my purpose is still a giant question mark.
Principle 12. Always fulfill your duty. Every person has obligations and a role to play in society, just as the sun rises to fulfill its duty of providing light each morning without need for praise or coaxing. We must do the same. If we only do our work begrudgingly while waiting for rewards or recognition, we fail ourselves and the people around us who depend on our contributions. When you know your purpose, it is your moral imperative to carry it out diligently without requiring any reminders. Do your duty with dignity and without expectation of additional incentives. That's the way.
Ignoring negativity can protect my mental well-being, which is ironic because I spend way too much time scrolling through negative comments online.
Principle 13. Don't hate your haters. Inevitably, you'll face people in life who criticize, deride, and even discriminate against you. They insult you and try to drag you down. But Epictetus has wise counsel. Don't waste your precious energy hating them in return. You are bigger and superior to those kinds of people. They don't even deserve to occupy your thoughts. Instead, ignore them completely, stay in your purposeful course, and become immune to their nonsense. Haters are just making regrettable attempts to damage you that should be discarded.
Living a simple life can reduce stress and increase freedom, even if it means giving up my online shopping addiction.
Principle 14. Bet on simplicity. With all the material luxuries available these days, why would anyone want to live frugally? The answer is simpler than you think, according to Epictetus. While wealth brings many comforts, it demands constant commitment to maintain. It requires pouring daily time and energy into things like paying bills, loans, mortgages, and preserving that whole system of luxury. In contrast, when you opt for a simpler lifestyle with fewer possessions, you escape that treadmill of financial pressures. Frugality allows you to live with less anxiety, busyness, and things weighing you down. I'll take that any day.
Taking control of my emotions can empower me, which is ironic because I'm pretty sure my emotions control me most of the time.
Principle 15. Don't hand over control. When you allow the comments and attitudes of others to bother and upset you, Epictetus says you are literally handing over control of your life to them. Those who can provoke anger in you have become your master. But here's the key wisdom. The only reason you get rattled and angry is because you allow yourself to be disturbed by those outside forces. You hold the power within you to control how you react emotionally. Each of us has keys that lead either towards happiness or towards emotional ruin. When we get angry, we surrender the key to our detractors. The solution is to build a barrier so that the behavior of others cannot penetrate your inner peace.
True friends are a treasure to be cherished, even if they're the ones who point out all my ironic flaws.
Principle 16. Friendship over wealth. What's more valuable in life, money or true friends? The answer is obvious to Epictetus, who states plainly, friendship is true wealth. Real friends will be there to support us if one day our material fortune dissipates. You can spend time chasing and accumulating money all you want, but at the end of the day, it won't keep you warm at night or be a shoulder to lean on when times get tough. Dedicate energy towards cultivating deep, genuine friendships instead. That's an investment that will pay dividends for life.
Every challenge presents an opportunity to learn and grow, even if the lesson learned is how to avoid tripping over the same banana peel twice.
Principle 17. Extract benefit from adversity. No matter what situation or challenge you face in life, Epictetus firmly believed it is your duty to find the hidden benefits and advantages within it. It's not just an opportunity, it's an obligation to look for the positives. As long as you have your wits about you, you have the intelligence to realize how you can extract an upside from even the most difficult circumstances. When you get fired, see it as a chance to finally start that business you dreamed of. Look for the silver lining. Consistently doing this over the course of your life will take you much farther than simply wallowing in misfortune. Make it a habit to find the bright side.
Focusing on what I can control can bring peace of mind, which is ironic because most things in life seem completely out of control.
Principle 18. Don't worry over the uncontrollable. Our last big Stoic insight comes in the form of yet another mindset shift. While you are the owner of your opinions and your values, you cannot control your reputation or outside circumstances. You don't get to dictate how successful you are either. There are simply some things in life that are out of your control. Worrying and getting bitter over those things is a waste of your limited time and energy. It's utterly unproductive. The wise path, according to Epictetus, is to focus your efforts solely on cultivating the internal values, principles, and character traits that are under your direct control. Everything else you have to surrender and let fate take its course. Well, there you have it, folks. 18 profound Stoic principles from the philosopher Epictetus that are still incredibly relevant today. These timeless teachings aren't about fantasizing, but taking practical wisdom and putting it into action in your daily existence. If you implement these insights into your mindset, you'll find yourself better equipped to handle any adversity that comes your way. You'll be able to navigate challenges with resilience, serenity, and equanimity, rather than anxiety. So don't just take these ideas in one ear and let them go out the other. Truly reflect on them. Put post-its up around your house. Set calendar reminders. Do whatever it takes to ingrain these principles into your psyche. Trust me, it will be life-changing. And if you found value in this video, I'd really appreciate if you could give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I've got so much more profound wisdom to share with you all. Drop a comment too and let me know, which one of these principles resonated most with you? How can you see yourself applying Stoic philosophy in your life? I read every single comment.
Thank you, Mr. Philosopher. I feel much better now.